Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Chechnya. We are in the year 2026. It's a few events. America did attack India. I think if we look here, you can see India's at war with Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and the United States. Turkey was not a part of the India war. That was an India-Iran war with Turkey, and then Iran got puppeted by India. US attacked Iran, and that's how we ended up in this situation. So that's kind of the recap there. All this going on while we are expanding south towards Iran and our bid to lock down this ocean. Oh God, no. What is this? The Caspian Sea? What is this place? Yeah, the Caspian Sea. There we go. There we go. Dear God. All right. Anyway, yeah, don't listen to me at all. We're going to keep going. We're going to try and get another kind of buffer state under our control. We're going to slow down our missile research right now. We really don't need anything beyond this right now. We don't have any missile sites built to launch SAMs from and build SAMs in. We still haven't done anything to get kind of where we need to be. So this will be fine for now. I do wish we had a space program. I don't know what I'm missing for that special project. We're going to find out though. Fairly quickly too, whether we want to or not. Yeah, we definitely want to get our health up on our units. Can't do anything but help. Because right now we are just an infantry army. Military, whatever you want to call it. We do need tanks. So I'm actually going to start on the auxiliary components. And we need tanks bad. So we're going to start knocking out everything we need to do here. What am I missing? Yeah, we need armored vehicle experimentation. It comes back to that land warfare research facility. We focused on Air Force. We got that done successfully. So, mission accomplished there. We're having supply issues. Go figure. So, let's look at what we got going on. We just gained control, so we have 4 days until we capture it. That is the current issue. And we're also just going to put a supply hub in both those spots on the front line in case we lose ground in the interim. Though it does look like we might be cutting off if they don't reinforce. Yep. So we have cut these units off. That's an interesting development to say the least. Means these are all going to get attrition and slowly wither away. And I will be very intrigued to see if these actually are able to entrench. I would think they would, because these should be the remnants of our initial armies. They should be like super promoted too. Alright, so air superiority plus lack of supplies and the ability to resupply over here. They're pretty much done. What I can do, now that I think about it, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna supply over air. We're not doing airdrops. I would need to build more planes actually. I'm cool with what we have. It looks like we... No, they're just reinforcing because of circumstance. Alright. Looks like... Well... Are we able to push this before they push us out? If we can take this and close this encirclement, we're in a much better position. There we go. They don't have the troops. I'm actually not happy with how this is lined up at all. I imagine that these are trying to bail. They need to stay there. They all need to stay there too. No, 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 no you don't. All you guys just jump on this. And then this whole stack is just gonna constantly be fighting me. I could readjust this. I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna keep clicking here. No. Don't you dare run away. You're gonna stay and entrench while we eliminate units. Alright, we're auto-saving. Everybody. Oh, we got a military department upgrade. We also got a tel battery. We also want once. They are actually surviving, which is crazy to me. Alright. Y'all want to play this game? Fine. Fine. I'm tired of fighting it. So... Just stop. Just stop. Alright, where are all these units? They're all south. So we're gonna circle them with this army. And they're gonna press. These guys are gonna maintain this forward front up here. And they're just gonna get ready and prepared to attack. I don't need a full force for what we're doing. The AI has proved not capable of fighting over water. That's what has happened. And I don't like our attrition. Look at our supplies. That should be remedied. I guess it's over the bridge. That's not in our favor. It could just be I didn't build them. Simpler problem than I would have I was expecting. As we are slowly running out of units. They are grinding us down for sure. Alright, so we have more units that we're going to throw into that division for training. Same here. And we did eliminate that gap. So let's go ahead and start the meat grinder up here. And we're just gonna let everyone recover. I'm gonna walk everyone back across. Our supply lines cannot handle all these divisions. So everyone's getting attrition issues. Should actually do better, I would think, with less units there. Look at that. Doing a lot better. They're falling back. They're going to run back to this new capital area. What it looks like. All right, let's see. We did get our airborne unit. So let's go ahead and assign a lovely commander, this guy, who lost his last unit. We have one job. We're gonna bust right in there. We're gonna do it quickly. And then where is... Yeah, we're not able to cross this territory by any means, I wouldn't think. Normally, so we may lose him again. We may not. Man, I really do wish I had more Special Forces units. Yeah, there's no real good way for us to get across this line. And they're just gonna have too many units and they'll eliminate this guy. Yeah. Lost another one, boys. Another airborne. They are fighting to the last man, though. I will give them a lot of credit for that. All right, so we've taken a lot. All right, well, there's one thing we can do. And it starts in a day. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Whoops. Okay. They have a ton of units there. I'm not really going to have a good way of getting there. without making a deal with someone. Specifically, this, but I don't think I can improve relations and get it. That I do not think is a viable thing. Yeah, because what I would really like to do is land enough units in this mountain region and just defend it from all those guys. That'd be cool. Unrealistic, but cool. Okay. Yeah, we are losing manpower because of the occupied territories. And I think we'll be fine if we go to large military spending. Obviously, we'll start losing money. But hopefully that is enough to kind of mitigate our manpower losses. At least to some extent. What does that do? Looks like we're fine. How's our GDP? We need 10 billion, so we're halfway there. Or 10 trillion, so we're halfway there. We are kind of going to be locked in a stalemate. Guess we can let them live on as a separate. Make demands. We want a puppet government that would include all these territories we've captured. What is this place? The Nakhchivan. I do not occupy this. I'm going to take that out of the... And then I'm going to say we want to annex that. So that'll give us kind of a little hub. I'm going to see resource wise what are we missing out on? A couple oil too. Drat. You know what? I don't even want to annex it. I just want puppet. I just want to puppet the territories we have there. You get to live with your small army, our lost paratroopers. We'll cut our losses and we'll just move on. You know what? I can live with that. Can you live with that? It looks like they can live with that. So the Chechens now have control of a new Azerbaijani state. And they should be losing autonomy as we speak. While we left the original Azerbaijan around, and we'll have to deal with whatever that is in Turkey. Kind of on our own. All right. This gives us a little bit of freedom here. So we do need man pads. Not our business. We're gonna upgrade our artillery. Looks like our manpower is gonna be fine. I'm actually not going to manipulate our military spending anymore. That's fine. We'll keep that as is. We're gonna deal with these puppet states. Like, what is our annex goal going to be? I think we do need to look at limiting our expenses on our companies still, even though I have been making some sort of grounds there. Correct. I think Krasnodar is already integrated. Let's go ahead with Angus, however you say this place. Should be... Hold up. What is actually Chechnya and what isn't? Oh, I already did integrate them. Okay, then we could chunk... We need this section. The Karache. Yeah, because this is all Chechnya. Already. This is productivity growth, so I'm gonna go ahead and get an early start on that. I think the resources... We do not get any of the good resources, right? We just get a ton of oil. Okay. Obviously, we want to work on Azerbaijan. The oil there is ridiculous. That would be amazing. But on top of doing or making gains there, looks like greater whatever this. We need to finish annexing this. So let's see. What are our options? Got roads. Somehow Dagestan does not have roads. Don't know what leads to that. All right. Get some network infrastructure since we did max this apparently at some point and I just forgot about it. We need to get that going. Airports, already working on it. Radars, working on it. We can build SHORAD. Go ahead and get those. Storage, good. Missile launch sites. Don't care. We're just gonna stay out of a lot of stuff. All right. We're gonna push a lot of this up ahead of where we were. That'll bump up our build speed. We do have a lot of money, so let's keep our nuclear investments going in Ukraine here. We're gonna keep pumping Random investments. That's Chernobyl-like area, right? So, alright, we invested all we can. And we're going to keep investing in intelligence. That'll help our combat capabilities. Hopefully we don't lose 100,000 men in a war that shouldn't have lost 100,000 men with the technological advantage we do have. But it is what it is, right? Gotta invest in the resources you have, and that apparently was military manpower. Alright, and I'm not going to lower our spending on military. That's just not going to happen. So we're just going to keep where we're at right now, this current level of government. I think our expected... I mean, it's covered, so we're fine. Minor power. We're at 0.5% of world of influence with world GDP. Comparisons. I would think we would have moved up. Or is this not? This isn't even sorted. I was looking at it. I was like, yeah, all of Europe. Yeah, India. This all makes sense. Japan under China, so that's combined. Brazil is moving up. Turkey, being Turkey with all the conquering it's doing, is doing all right. We should be here. I thought. We may have fallen down because we lost what we just conquered. Yep. We actually fell below 4 trillion from that. That is rough. We are very close on our own. Oh, this is killing me. Guys. Guys. Do we have to have this whole immigration thing going on? I need political power to make maneuvers. Y'all killing me with this political power thing. So what am I losing on right now? Light armament manufacturer and then aircraft manufacturer. It's absolutely drying the last vestiges of what we were getting out. Okay. Land and night attack. This is needed so bad. What are we outdated on now? Equipment. We've got some divisions that just finished up. And we've got those. That's our first full army group that is capable of being done. Kind of a full army group of units worth. Alright. And we'll just have everyone training where they're at. It's gonna be expensive, but it's worth it. Because we'll end up modernizing that army. Definitely want those launchers. Don't care that we're not making any troops. And... Alright, we're gonna be in kind of like post-war recovery, expansionary prep phase again. I want to say... Yeah, this is an Israeli puppet. We may be going to war with Israel. Yeah, I'm not seeing like a defense pact. if we can build out northern Cyprus as an invasion point, we can hit from our land border and from the sea and actually go for Israel in this section of Iran and kind of unify that. And that'll further solidify our kind of like regional base and power projection. This being in the mountains means we can take this out fairly quickly with inferior units. This is going to be a hellscape of a fight. Like, we need more planes, more boats in them. Like, that's a nightmare. We need tanks before I do that. Looks like we do have a border here, though. Oh, I could do a land and naval and air invasion there. So, anyway, that's sort of for the future. I'll catch everyone on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Hope it's enjoyable. May not be, but take care.